Welcome back to Folk Tale Story Africa. Please don't forget to hit the like and comment button. Once upon a time, her name was Lisa, but she didn't know that. No one ever called her by her name. To her, the world was a cold, dark place where she was always hungry. She didn't know love or care. She didn't even know what it meant to have a family. Her parents didn't care about her. From the moment Lisa was born, they treated her like she wasn't there, like she didn't matter. They kept her in the basement, Lisa's bed, a cold, rusty dog cage, too small for a dog. Every night Lisa would have to crawl up into a ball, knees to her chest, because there was no room for her to stretch out her leg. The floor was cold and the air smelled of dirt and mold. Lisa had never slept in a real bed, never felt a blanket or pillow. Only cold, metal, and darkness surrounded Lisa. Food was something she got sometimes, but not every day. Some days, her mother and father didn't give her anything. On other days, they would throw the old scraps of food on the floor, just like they would do for a dog. If she was thirsty, Lisa would lick water from little puddles that formed on the ground. No one ever talked to her. No one ever touched her kindly. Lisa didn't know how to speak. She had never learned. She only knew how to grunt and whisper like an animal. The neighbors sometimes heard strange noises, but no one did anything for a long time. It was until one old lady noticed that something seemed off. The house was too quiet, no sign of a child. Because she noticed that after the parents brought home their newborn baby, she never heard the child. So for that reason, she called child services on the parent. When the child service arrived, they found Lisa. Lisa was then 6 years old, but she was so small. She looked more like a toddler. She was filthy, her body thin and weak. She sat curled up in the cage, her back hunched like she had never stood up straight. Her hair was a tangled mess and her face was smeared with something brown. It didn't take long for the workers to realize what it was. Oh my goodness, Lisa had been eating her own poop. Lisa didn't understand that it was wrong. To her, it was just something to eat when she was hungry. She had started doing it a long time ago, maybe even longer. At first, she did it because she had no food, but over time, it became something she did regularly. It made her feel better in a strange way. She would crawl down by the toilet or in the corner of her cage, scoop into her hands and eat it slowly like it was a normal meal. She had gotten used to the taste of her own poop and she didn't mind it anymore. The people who took her away tried to help her, but it wasn't easy. Lisa couldn't speak. She didn't know how. She would sit on the toilet for hours and hours, refusing to leave until someone moved her. At meal times, she would wait until no one was watching and pick up food off the ground to eat, just like she has done in the cage. Her hands were always dirty. She would sneak around like she was still trapped in that basement. The people who cared for Lisa didn't know what to do. They tried teaching her how to act, but nothing worked. She still behaved like an animal. Sometimes she would crawl on her hands and knees, barking like she was upset when she was scared, just like a dog. But the worst thing was the eating of her shit. Even though they gave Lisa food and clean water, Lisa would still eat her own shit. She would sneak off to a corner when no one was watching, eating it quietly. One day they caught her behind a chair, her mouth smeared with it again. That's when they realized Lisa couldn't stop. They tried everything. They gave her therapy, tried teaching her better habits, but nothing worked. Lisa started getting sick. The doctor said it was because of the bacteria and parasites from eating poop. Her body, already weak from years of neglect, couldn't fight the infection. She got stomach problems, fevers, and other diseases that made her even weaker. The sickness made things worse for Lisa. She became even more withdrawn, more like an animal. She couldn't understand why her body hurt, why she felt so sick all the time. Her mind was broken from the years of living in that cage, and no one could fix it. She didn't know how to be like other children. She only knew how to survive. As the years went by, Lisa never really got better. She had been hurt too much, too young. She never learned to read or write. She never learned to speak. She couldn't connect with other children. Other children looked at her like she was different. And indeed, Lisa was different. The people tried to help Lisa, but some wounds can't be healed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please take care of your children. Bye-bye.